We've got a new week's worth of comics, variants, trade paperbacks, and hardcovers all releasing on June 9th, 2025, along with the formation of a new self-published comic book collective. Let's talk about it all right here on The Cover Story. Starting off with our news topics of the week, we're going to start on a somber note with the passing of the late great Jim Shooter. Jim Shooter's name looms large within the comic book industry, and there are so many different things that that he did so well, and he did for the betterment of comic creators in his time. He was best known for beginning his comic book career at the age of 14 when he submitted writing samples and began actually working in comic books. From that very starting point here, he became the EIC over at Marvel Comics and ushered in so many different changes, including better healthcare providers for the actual workers of Marvel here, including freelancers, better creator-owned imprints such as the Epic line, which offered them to, retain the ownership of the creations that they made. He later moved from Marvel over to Valiant and formed that conglomerate and started ushering in a new age for Valiant itself with books like Harbinger, Exo-Man of War, Turok Dinosaur Hunter, and his name is just looms so large here. It was a tremendous loss for the comic book industry. He did so much for comics themselves. He will truly be missed. Our next topic here is going to be moving over to DC Comics, and we're kind of entering the rumor mill section as Steve McNiven, who has almost primarily worked at Marvel exclusively for his career, has now ended his time with Marvel. Daredevil Cold Day in Hell will be the last project that he works on exclusively with Marvel, and he is definitely going to be working on a project. And the rumor is that Tom King is going to be returning to the Batman title in 2026 with none other than Steve McNiven doing the artwork on the book. I'm extremely excited for this. The evolution that Steve McNiven has taken throughout his career has really brought him to a very interesting place here, and I love the work that he's doing with Daredevil Cold Day in Hell right now. Bringing those stylistic choices over to the character of Batman, man, that's really exciting. I can't wait to see if this truly comes to fruition. If it's not Batman, we know that he is working at DC on some property. Whatever it is, I'm sure it's going to be stupendous. Talking about other moves that are going to be coming up here, the new creative team behind Transformers has officially been announced after Daniel Warren Johnson and Jorge Corona leave the title. That team is none other than Robert Kirkman and Dan Mora. If there were a writer to take over the Transformers property that made any more sense, I don't know if I could actually pick them out. Robert Kirkman has been working on Void Rivals. He is the head of Skybound. He knows exactly what is happening within the Energon universe. For him to take over this property just makes so much sense. I'm really excited to see a new level of synergy, maybe that is brought in with Void Rivals, Transformers, and G.I. Joe with him writing that title. Now, the interesting thing here is going to be Dan Mora. Dan Mora is a stupendous artist, and I'm really excited to see what he can bring to that title. However, stylistically, it is so different than what we have been delivered in this book so far with the likes of Daniel Warren Johnson and Jorge Corona with that very sketchy, very kinetic feel. So, time will tell what they bring to the title, but color me excited nonetheless. I think it's going to be really excellent what they can bring to the table. Moving over to the comics that I'll be reviewing this week, we're going to start off with Absolute Superman number 9, written by Jason Aaron with artwork by Rafa Sandoval. Aquaman number 7, written by Jeremy Adams with artwork by Michael Shelfer. Batman Dark Patterns number 8, written by Dan Waters with artwork by Hayden Sherman. Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, Rite of Spring number 1, written and drawn by Patrick Horvath. Conan the Barbarian number 22, written by Jim Zub with artwork by Fernando Dagnino. Fantastic Four number 1, written by Ryan North with artwork by Humberto Ramos. FML number 5, written by Kelly Sue DeConnick with artwork by David Lopez. Planet Death number 1, written by Derek Kolstad with artwork by Tomas Giarello. The Power Fantasy number 10, written by Kieran Gillen with artwork by Casper Wingard. The Savage Sword of Conan number 9, written and drawn by Patrick Zurcher. The Slasher's Apprentice number 3, written by Justin Richards with artwork by Val Halverson. Transformers number 22, written by Daniel Warren Johnson with artwork by Jorge Corona. Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion number 2, written by Dennis Camp and Cody Ziegler with artwork by Jonas Scharf. Uncanny Valley number 10, written by Tony Fleece with artwork by Dave Wachter. Wild Animals number 1, written by Ed Brisson with artwork by Tony Kuhn. Looking over to the variants that have my attention, we're going to start off with Archie Meets Jay and Silent Bob number 1, cover B by Fernando Ruiz. Batman and Robin number 23, cover B by Juan Ferreira. Batman Gotham by Gaslight, A League for Justice number 1, cover C by Bill Sienkiewicz. Blood Squad 7 number 9, cover B by Jim Rugg. Conan the Barbarian number 22, cover D by Jason Sean Alexander. Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion number 2, the Sanford Green variant. Moving over to the trade paperbacks and hardcovers releasing, the first I'm looking at is Hate Revisited, the trade paperback, written and drawn by Peter Bagg. Poison Ivy Volume 5, Human Botany trade paperback, written by G. Willow Wilson with artwork by Marcio Takara. And finally, Space Ghost Volume 2, The Council of Doom trade paperback and hardcover, written by David Papost with artwork by Jonathan Lau. So that's what I'll be looking into this week, but I'm more curious. What are you going to be getting and what piqued your interest? Do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe, and be part of the panel. Leave me a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you next week.